June 30th?
June 30th.
My God, I told you June was going to be gone sooner or later. Into July. I got Barry Cass on the phone, so I'm just trying to get him on. Hold on. Call me right back, Barry. Call me right back, please. Thanks. Hey, guys, this is Recovery Room. We had our good friend and peer counselor extraordinaire Barry Cass on the phone. He was calling, probably wondering what the heck was going on because we were kind of a little delayed. You know how the technical difficulties are. But we're going to start the show off with our guy. Hey, Buzzkill. I can hear you now. Let me see if I can turn you up a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm in my car.
Okay. You're driving?
Yes.
Oh. Well, keep your eye on the road, man. We don't want you to be roadkill.
No, neither do I. No, I look forward. I can't wait to see what happens in my recovery and others.
Oh yeah. Well, that curiosity is really a wonderful thing. I mean, I'm often. I mean, you know, we've both gone through Christie's stuff, and it's just so rewarding to to actually see ours maintained and to see other people come into the fold.
Yes, just persevere, and get through it. You build character, and then you have hope. I got that from the Bible.
Oh my God!
Bible thumper, but I got that from Romans 3:5. Go through get through the pain. You build character. You persevere. You build that character, and that until you have hope at that point.
Oh
hope
man!
Does not disappoint.
Well, when you look on my Facebook page, my top picture says Hope Dealer.
Hope Dealer, there we go.
Yeah.
And we got something like that. We have something at the Centerstone. We got the Hope Dealers.
Yeah, well, you should hook me up with them because I'm one too.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, I will get on them.
No, because we should start a brigade of that. And those guys got they got some backing and stuff. They can help. We can.
See. We got the fiscal year starting tomorrow, so I think we're up to that budget. That we're going to see.
Okay, well, there's always we don't know what we don't know, right? So let's see what we can hook up. So what's going on in the recovery world? Well, in the treatment world.
Some pretty bad relapses here just recently, and people are clawing their way back into recovery, and it's a beautiful thing to see and hear. So with the COVID, I can't go out and see my clients as much as I like to. I can't basically, but I'm hearing that they're going through it and they're coming back. And yeah, this COVID thing's tough on the community because we can't. Isolation is our big enemy. We're isolating a lot because of the virus, I think. So it's tougher, but it's good to see the miracle of healing.
Yeah, no, it really is, and we want to see some more of it because, see, what the problem that we're having right now, not the problem, but the situation that we're faced with right now is that, we've got one medical emergency stacked on top of another because we were already dealing with a medical emergency with the addiction part of our lives, and then now you cover that up with Corona, and then you throw George Floyd, what's his name, George Floyd on top of that.
George Floyd and others.
Yeah, and others on top of that, and all the racial stuff and all the separation. I mean, it is pretty much still that same passage that you read. We've got to go through all this so that we can find some hope, so that we can find some, so that we can find our thinking. And that's what I kind of feel it mostly is, because we've been lulled into a fantasy world that, the America, the beautiful and the great, and it is, but we got caught up in the conformity of it, that everything is always going to be the same. It's always going to be here, and this thing could crumble easily.
We have the dream here. We have a dream in this country. I haven't fulfilled it quite yet. I can't wait to see what happens. I think some really good things will come.
Yeah, me too.
Just keep at it. It's going to change for the better.
And me too, and I've been saying that about the addict especially for a long time, because see, the addict is somebody who's already been down through it. They've gone through the depths of hell and resurrected themselves, and so they're more apt and more able, especially once they get some clarity, to survive this thing and to be a positive motivating force in it. I've been preaching that for the last 3 years, and I believe it, and I see it happening. Man, you see those before and after pictures, and the people that like yourself and me that actually get involved. Once they get into recovery, they get involved and start to help. I mean, it's a beautiful picture, you know.
Is there
It's
inpatient
it's
care going
amazing.
on?
It's amazing part of the healing. Just looking forward to it. It's just that's an old joke. Because I can't wait for tomorrow because I get better looking every day. That's what I go.
Yeah, well, every day above ground.
I'll leave you with a joke I heard from. I don't know if you ever met Gino, our senior recovery coach at the place, but he's no longer working there. But he had a story. You know, everyone has stories about addicts when you go to parties that you're not drinking or using, and somebody comes up, hey, come on, you got to try this. You got to have a drink. Got to have a drink. And he had a story that he went to a party with his second wife, I guess, in New York someplace, fairly high business situation, and they're sitting at the party, and the wife's boss kept saying, come on, you have to have a drink with me. And why can't you have a drink with me? He goes, okay, you want to know? Because I would steal all your shit. That's why.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, I know you got to keep your head on the road. You got to go, but give us some recovery words. So I mean, how's it going? Is it great? I mean, people recovering? Is it you know?
Yeah, it's going on. This is going to make people stronger. Different ways of doing things. Just have to adapt, evolve with this, and just keep your eye on the recovery part of it.
Yeah.
And find different ways to communicate and stay in touch.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just persevere through it. You're going to get to the other side. It's going to be beautiful.
Amen. All right, bro. So send me a picture. Oh, because a question before you go. So is there no inpatient care now during this thing? Are you guys doing inpatient?
No, we're open, and I don't think we can't check out.
Yeah.
We have the Baker Acts coming in.
Yeah.
And,
At Centerstone.
There's a big gate. There's a big gator right next to the sidewalk here.
Oh wow! Welcome home.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
we're
send
open.
me.
We're open. We're full. Every day we're full of people, so don't be afraid to come on down to Centerstone. If you need
All
help.
right, I got somebody I'm
there
going to
to
send
go.
down probably tonight.
Hey, and it's not me.
And it's not Christy for a change.
Hey.
Be our guest. Put our service to the test.
Yeah. Hey, listen, send me a picture, man, because we're going to have to schedule the Buzzkill like little time, and before you come on, I'll put your picture up and your name and all that, and, you know.
Okay.
All right,
Judy
so
says,
send me
"God
a
bless you
good
and your
picture.
good work."
And Judy says, God bless you and your good work.
Thursday, right?
We'll be back on Thursday, yes.
Excellent. We'll keep up the good work. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, man, for calling in. Appreciate it.
Got it.
All right, peace. All right, guys, that is our resident peer counselor. Actually, Barry was voted this past year. I'm sorry. I'm just tightening it. This past year, peer counselor of Florida, like the entire state of Florida. So this is the level that what we're talking about here. And he's got 25 years of recovery. He used to be a meth head. He would be out in his yard and naked with a light on his head, pruning the plants, but playing loud music every night, and the neighbors would be like.
Now, when you ask for his picture to be on there, it's going to be a different picture than
Yeah,
that.
yes.
I was thinking some people might not recognize
But I mean, but it would be a nice flashback, you know. But that'll be a great before and after.
So was this when you were talking? Who's that naked man over there? I'm going to walk over and introduce myself.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
But at least he's pruning.
Is that what the kids call it these days? I don't know.
At least he's pruning. But see, and this is the sickness and the madness that we go through as addicts, and we it becomes the norm. It's like everything that you do, if you do it consistently, it becomes the norm. Listen, I get up every day and I eat 2 eggs and have a yogurt and some water and stuff, and I do it consistently, it's just part of my morning routine. Anything you do that. And so if you continue to convince yourself that you are useless or you're worthless, you continue to listen to the people who tell you, because listen, what the people think about you, that's none of your business. They don't even care about what anybody thinks about you. What it is that you've got to think well of yourself. So what's new and different, guys?
What was that saying where it was, if you judge a goldfish on its ability to climb a tree,
Yeah.
it'll
Yeah.
think it's useless.
But none of us are.
None of us are.
What's new and different, dear Christy?
What's the point?
Oh, that's new and different? Oh, what's going on in your life? What's new and different? What's happening? Is the mic good?
Hey.
Okay, let me give you a lead in. Talk about your friend, because there's another one. And I know it's something that's difficult for you, but
Oh, yeah.
okay. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so on my road to working on my Nubians, I'm on the road to awareness, and that awareness would be cutting down on my overdose rate. And as I've been talking very briefly on a friend of mine that 2 weeks ago was left on an ER ramp, she passed away this morning. And so let's work on putting an end to that. No, I'm not ready to talk about that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forced her. I'm sorry, but you guys got to know. I mean, and these are people that you know, man. These are not some strangers off in some distant land. These are people that are close to us that are dying from a substance that first of all should not even be on our streets. And if it is on our streets, it should be regulated by somebody. She's sell out the store, so at least you know what you're getting. Because right now, you going out there, you don't know what you're getting. I'm kind of saying, yeah, let's do like Holland, and let's make the whole stuff. Let's make it all legal. You know what I mean? And then in that way, at least you got some standards that you have to meet. You know what I mean? And then some, because it's like every child, mama said, don't do that. That's the thing you're gonna do. The first thing you're gonna do. And so and maybe I'm serious, maybe I'm not, but I mean, we got to figure out how to save these lives, these beautiful, wonderful lives that are being lost to a self-indulgent, and I'm going to call it what it is the most selfish thing that you can ever do is to create a habit where you're killing yourself.
Well, it's just it's like all of us. She's been fighting with addiction for so long.
Yeah,
I've been going
becomes
through
the
it
norm.
with her for so long, and it's like going back through pictures. She looked good for a while. She was going through it for a while, and the ups and the downs, and it's in and out of it, and it's so frustrating when it's easier to go back out and get high than it is to stay
It
clean
really is, and
get
especially
help.
when you're trying to get help.
And I've been through it. I've been in and out of centers and rehab, and I've been clean, and it's been easier to go out, and I've been there, and she lost that fight. She's got a 7-year-old boy that had that mom that was in and out, and today she's out, and just it sucks. And there's got to be resources and easier ways to prevent that.
See, I woke up today thinking my day sucked because I stepped on a rusty nail and had to go get a tetanus shot.
That does suck, though.
That does suck.
That sucks, kind of, but
But
not
for future
nearly.
reference, they're available at CVS.
Yep.
Tetanus shots at CVS. I learned something new today.
I didn't know that either. So I was told that it was cheaper if I went to Publix, but I went to the same CVS where I always get all my meds from everything else. And the pharmacist came out and he put the alcohol swab on, and nobody likes getting a freaking shot. And so I turned my head and he's like, okay.
Well,
So I'm
some
like,
people-
all right, I'm ready to go. He goes, no, I'm done. I'm like, what? Not only did I not even feel it, I remember getting the tetanus shots in the backside and the bum when I was younger, and that thing was sore for like 3, 4, 5 days. I didn't even feel it going on. Boom, they're good for 10 years now, and CVS. You do have to call ahead, because they have some paperwork that they got to fill out on first. But
Oh, by the way, guys, this is the recovery room. I'm T-Bone.
I'm Chrissy.
Minister Sean and
We just skipped all that because you guys, if you're here, I guess you know us and you know we're here. It is. See, we don't propose to be professionals only to the extent that we have the experience. You know what I mean? I'm a dad. I'm a granddad. I'm an addict. And I'm a lot of things, but the one thing that you guys out there in recovery land got to understand is that what we are here is just some people who care. You know, I can't tell you how to get clean. I can tell you how I got clean. I can tell you how some other people got clean, but I can't tell you how to get clean. I can only give you like the hope or share my hope with you. You know, because you're going to have to accept it. You're going to have to be the one that makes the decision. You're going to have to be the one that finds that space within yourself that you become more important than the drug. Right now, the drug is more important than everything and anything, such as he was saying about leaving 7-year-olds behind and leaving family members behind. You see, yeah, you're gone, but the pain and the suffering that you left behind goes on. See, the storm is never your own. When it rains on everybody, you know, and that's even biblical, the just and the unjust. And so, you know, today, you know, I'm hoping that there's somebody that's out there that is like channel surfing or whatever this is called, channel streaming and all that kind of stuff, and just comes across these 3 heads on the screen somehow, or maybe the recovery room logo, something catches their attention, and they stop for a minute and get just a little taste of this hope that we have for you. You know, just get just a little glimpse of what it's like to have been in the depths of hell, and then to have come out of it and to be here to be to share our experience and to show love and kindness and compassion and to show you that we care. And that's it. I've been doing this. I've got over 600 episodes of this show called Recovery Room. Easy. And every last one of them is just here to say, listen, man, there's somebody out here that loves you. And if you can find a way to love yourself and to make the decision today, to say, no, I'm not using. And then even if you use later today, but you get that in your brain and you keep repeating and repeating and repeating, and eventually your brain is going to respond, guaranteed. Okay, and eventually the stuff that you need is going to be placed in front of you, but it's still going to be up to you to decide to take advantage of it. Okay, it's never ever anybody else's choice. It's always our own choice. It's always, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, I'm sick and tired of looking at myself in the mirror. So I'm going to start with that person in the mirror, and tomorrow I'm going to look in there and I'm going to maybe not be smoking. Whatever it is, you know, it's a lot of demons out there. I mean, we've been dealing with them all, gone from drinking to smoking to drugs, you know, and to do none of them is it's flabbergasting. You know, to do none of them is flabbergasting, but it is also so very exciting. It is so very rewarding. I mean, to drink a smoothie as opposed to vodka and orange juice is awesome. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. You know.
You still have dreams about it.
Oh yeah, and doing drugs, and it's been I'll say it 20-something years since I've touched it, but I still think about it. I still think about it. So that's when you guys that are just fresh and it's going to tell you some 20 some odd years later, I'm still thinking about it. But guess what has happened? I've said no so many times right now that I got that one down to a science. You know, I got to know I ain't gonna do it. See, because I trained myself. What I did initially, I started thinking about my babies, right? And I would picture one of my babies' faces and say, "Is that face worth it for you not to?" And for me, it was. Maybe it won't be for you. You know, for me it was. But find that something, man. Find that something that you want to live for, that is the most important thing, and so that you can get off of this train of depression and self-medicating and a little baby suicide at a time is the way I like to see it, right? Because you know, every time you take that thing and you go through all your little methods, and I don't guess these days you ain't got to cook it up. Back in our days we had to cook the stuff up and all that. These days you just mix your little water and then put it in your syringe, and you're already high, going through all the little motions and so forth. But you know right there somewhere in that little spot in your brain that this could be your last shot. Or even snort. I mean, because you can OD sniffing it. A whole lot of people have.
I saw a thing on the other day. It said, cocaine's making a comeback. I didn't know it went away.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean.
Yeah, but they're spiking it with fentanyl.
Yeah.
You know, so you could be like going out there to get your little 101. Yeah, I know what you call it. Going to get your little 101, and then you be one and done. You know what I mean? It's spiked it with just enough fentanyl. Hell, if it'll kill an elephant, it'll surely kill your butt. You know? So, you know, I listen. And so if you're not a member of the Recovery Room family quite yet, do us a favor and go on your search engine on Facebook and type in the Recovery Room, and a little dude in the bed will come up, and then hit a join button. I guess you still got to hit join. I haven't looked at it in a while. Hit the join button, and if you're a friend, you automatically join, and if you're not, they will have to just
We'll add you.
We'll add you. But we got a lot of great comments on there. You got a lot of pictures before and after. You got people responding to people's pain and suffering. I mean, there's a lot going on there, and we want you to join us and contribute. And please, no mean stuff, please, and no a bunch of profanity and all that. I mean, I'm not a censor of this or whatever. I just don't really want that, because that's not what we're going for.
No, I mean, we're not here to like censor your comments, whatever. I mean, speak
No,
your mind.
we've never censored a comment.
No, I mean, don't come out at rude and nasty. Just speak your mind, say what you gotta say. Just we're here to support and be a supportive family group, you know.
And there's information on there, even like food banks
Yeah.
that's given the free food and stuff.
Yeah.
I just had one of my contacts chime in. James Dant, who is a minister or reverend, said he was given a death sentence in '78, and he said, you know, the Lord saved his life. And,
Yes.
And
Yes.
and he's good and clean and sober. He said addiction has to be replaced with something better,
Yes.
or it won't work.
Yes. Amen. Amen, Reverend. And that is exactly the case, because what we've done is we've got into this whole habit of down. Everything's down. It's depressing. It's down. You got to find something to replace that with. You got to find some goodness to replace that with. You know, I mean, listen, it ain't easy, guys. I mean, because if it was easy, more of us would be doing it. You know, it ain't easy, but it's sure worth it. I mean, I mean, the high of not being high. You know, we had this whole thing the other day, addition by subtraction. Taking that high away, and this high is sometimes you got to take something away to get something. The natural high is as good as better than any time, and I don't even remember it getting high. It was always low. You know.
I can remember when I was asked this, but I was much younger, like in my 10, 12, 15, and someone said, how high was Humpty Dumpty when he fell off the wall? And I'm thinking, I don't know, probably 15, 20 feet. They're like, no, how high was it? And until much later in life that
he was toe up from the floor up.
Oh.
That's a good one. He was probably real
He was
high.
pretty lit.
Yeah, we don't know who he was high on, but whatever it is, he fell down.
But gravity worked just fine back then too.
Yeah. So today's topic also about going to the Recovery Room Facebook page. We also usually post a topic for the day, and so you can go there and kind of know where what's up, Russ? Kind of know where we are kind of going in our heads. Maybe you won't, though, because some of the stuff is so off the wall that you have no idea where we're going. Today's topic is AM versus FM. So it's going to be, this is a learning, here's a little learning lesson, because do you even know what AM is? It's a question. A lot of people out there, you don't know what AM is, right? You've been MP3 it and all that for so long, you've never listened to an AM radio. It's okay. For you guys who have never listened to an AM radio, it's the low frequency part of the radio, okay?
Which means it's lower.
It's lower, but it's called amplitude modulation. Okay, because it's designed by how many amps are going out, and the frequencies that happen as a result. Then you've got FM, right? And FM is what you guys still do know FM, because you drive a car, there's a radio, and even if it's Sirius FM, sure. Even if it's Sirius FM, it's FM. So that stands for frequency modulation, meaning as the wave is going out, whatever it runs into can go around it and over it and all that kind of stuff. So it's a frequency modulation.
When I was little, I thought the AM was for almost music and the FM was for fantastic music. I'm just saying,
Yeah. I mean, because if you don't know, you got to make something up, right?
Yeah, like that makes sense. 1 AM? No.
Yeah. So today's topic was AM versus FM. But just a little twist on it, what I was really thinking about is, see, there's this saying, right, that you can't serve two masters. And that's what we end up doing the majority of the time, especially just all of us. For majority of us on some level have a two-master thing. You talk out of one side of your mouth and you mean something over here, whatever. You know what I mean? But what the AM and the FM, what I'm talking about is you're either for mankind or you're against mankind. AM, FM. You're for mankind, you're against mankind. And this is a simple thing, right? Because if you're for mankind, you're doing the things that you can, everything that you can to make mankind better. If you're against mankind, you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff like the stuff that we're seeing on the news and all the crazy stuff that's going on that is designed to create havoc and discourse and diversions and divisiveness and all these D's. If you're against mankind, those are the things that are doing. So if you can, because there's two masters, right? There's good or there's evil. This is not a thing against races, guys. This has got nothing to do with race besides the human race. It's got nothing to do with the race. You're either for us or you're against us. As simple as that.
Pretty cut and dry.
It doesn't, white, black, blue, green, it doesn't matter. If you're for us, you're for us. If you're against us, you're against us. And it's a good against evil. It's all it's ever going to be. It ain't me against Sean. It ain't me against Don. It ain't me against Christian. It ain't me against the guy who flies the Confederate flag in his yard. That is his right and his privilege. He wants to fly the flag. Fly the doggone flag. What difference does it make?
Speaking of the flag, I saw T look down. He purposely
Yeah.
He brought props. Here you
Got
go.
props today. This is it.
Oh my God.
This is it. This is my motorcycle helmet. Okay? This is what I ride down the street with every day and have been for the last year, because I brought it about a year ago. And I brought it because it was there. You know? Of course, when I looked at it, I had some thoughts about it, but it was expensive. It fit. You know, and I needed a helmet. But you know, but I put my little Apple thing on. But the point is that I ride down the street every day with that helmet on. No responses. See, it's not as important as people make it seem. You know what I mean? We got this thing where it's all built up. See, I believe that dude, that people should have the right to do what they want to do. But especially, even if you've got a Confederate flag, but you're a good person, so what? Now, if you've got a Confederate flag and you've got some hate inside you, that's a different animal altogether. It's a different thing. Love, baby, love. Give me a quote, please. No, give me MLK if you can, Don. Let me tell you what MLK. Okay, so, okay, he's working on it. I didn't know that's what you were working on. Yeah, so, man, you know, let's get this right. This whole race thing is ridiculous. It's mankind, and we're all in this thing together. And if you're any type of historian at all, even if you're not, start studying the history and look at the last time that the world was taken over by, can I say the word fascist? You know, because they got this Antifa thing that's so stupid that I can't even begin to tell you how stupid it is. You know, but fascists that took over and they killed the whole race of people. You see, because this time, guys, though, that was the Jews, right? And then they kept the blacks and slaves and all that. But you know, the Nazis killed a whole generation of people with this whole thought of supremacy. You ain't supreme, dude. A bullet is a bullet. Be supreme when you get that hot lead in you. You ain't so supreme then, man. So this thing is not about what is being made out to be, you know. And I guess I'm a little riled up about it. You know, because listen, okay, so saying having the same thought about my helmet, right? So I take 2 or 3 different routes when I go in the morning to do my morning routine.
In case he's followed.
Yeah, exactly.
There he is.
I'm looking. Yeah. But there's a one route that I go, and I end up catching this light every time, and right there's a little path where this homeless guy. Well, see, I'm saying homeless. You see what I mean? So this is how this works, right? I'm saying there's this homeless guy, right? But he's a guy out there panhandling, begging, okay? And he and I just sit and have a conversation, you know, about life and things. And I'm sitting there with my helmet on. He looks like he pretty much could be a Confederate dude or have some thoughts about it at least. No, nothing. Nothing ever mentioned about it. Nothing ever said about it. And so at the end of the day, guys, there's too much being made of it. It's the human race. And could I get the MLK quote, please? And this is about love. Hey, if nobody's told you they love you today, we're going to tell you about 5 times. I love you.
We love you guys.
We'll tell you again later, just in case you missed it this time. But we're going to talk about the kind of love that we have. This is not just any kind of love. Well, that's our deepest fear, but that's a good one too. Nope. That was good too. You're putting up some good ones. Nope. There it is. Hold on, don't change a thing. But we're talking about agape, and see, I'm hoping that along the way, we you know, I was watching, and just leave it up, Don, if you don't mind. I was watching Sunday Soul with Oprah, and she had Tracy Morgan on, and Tracy Morgan had been in a horrible accident. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was in a Walmart truck hit him. Of course, he got paid tremendously from Walmart, but he survived, but he was in a coma for a long time. And what he said that stood out to me, he said, coming back from a coma, guys, these jokes are gifts. He said, these jokes are gifts to you guys, because I'm not supposed to be here giving you these jokes.
It was incredible.
you know. And so it struck me, it's the same thing with addiction. When you come out of, when you've overdosed, or even if you have never overdosed and you decide you're going to stop and you're going to come back and you're going to reclaim your rightful place in life, though your presence and your thoughts and your experiences are gifts.
You've come back to yourself.
Gifts.
Ooh.
Anyway, so agape love, the real love. Agape is something of the understanding, creative, redemptive goodwill for all men. It is a love that seeks nothing in return, because the more love you give, the more love you're going to get anyway. It is an overflowing love. It is what theologians would call the love of God working in the lives of men. And when you rise to love on this level, you begin to love men not because they are likable, but because their God loves them. Thank you, Donald.
Thank you, Donald.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so you guys can always go back and look these things over and find these quotes or whatever.
And once again, like we mentioned yesterday, if you guys send us quotes if you want us to.
Yeah, Judy
post
sent
them
one.
up.
I'll get it out there. I'll put it up. But give us another one since you were flashing them. Flash another one. Flashing another quote.
Where did the comment box go?
Huh? Your comment box is gone?
Went away.
Uh-oh. Dear God, could she have her comment box back? See, mine is weird. I can't. It doesn't allow me, but it's okay.
Yeah, you can write a comment right
Oh,
there.
I can write one. But is this all the comments we got?
I don't,
That you have.
Karen Teeters just sent me things saying, "Amen. Please pray for me and be strong."
Hey, who?
Carolyn Teeters.
Hey, Carolyn. God, please bless our friend, our family member, our fellow human being that is in need of prayer. And God, we know that when 2 or 3 of us come together on any one thing, it is done. And so, Carolyn, whatever it is you need, expect the outcome, but expect it better than what you're thinking, because the God that I serve always brings the stuff big. He shows up and shows out. You know what I mean? And so I think it's the same God you serve, because there's only one God, as far as I can tell, unless somebody got some other news.
While we're doing a shout out, I want to give a shout out again to all the people, the first responders,
Yes,
and everybody
absolutely.
at
Yeah.
Lakewood Ranch and the ICU ward that had to put up with me pretty
Ooh.
much all of 2019,
Yeah, a
and
lot. A lot.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, he was a nature boy back then, too. He liked to run around naked.
God bless
That
you.
part
Walter.
hasn't changed.
No, that part hasn't changed. But you were a little loopy doing it, though.
God bless you.
Well, I just didn't remember doing it.
Yeah.
Like, where'd your clothes? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, what I need
But-
clothes for?
But, I mean, they go to work every day
Yes.
knowing that they're going to see somebody pass away.
Mhm.
They know they're going to see people in their worst, and they go in with a smile on their face. And with me having such a memory issues when I was in there, I remember their face, but not their name or anything. And when they'd see me in there again, they would know, oh, there's Sean. Bring his ice cream. You know, so they would show up to my room every day with their ice cream.
Watch out for
Uh,
flying objects.
But I just want to put a shout out to those guys there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And actually, everyone in healthcare.
Yeah, all the medical staff that are out there fighting the corona, whatever that is. That's a whole nother subject.
Georgette just signed in. She
Imagine,
said hello.
Don, what's going on over there, Don?
I handed up and then it came in at the wrong time. Sorry.
Are you learning a new machine or something?
Bring a new machine.
Okay. Imagine how incredible you'd be 1 year from now if you stopped fantasizing about a better life and started actively building one.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'm working it.
Yeah, you are working at it, Don. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get a big shout out to our producer, Don. He's the hardest working man in the recovery room business. Yeah. That's not Corona. That's not the COVID.
Not the Rona. And yes, Judy, many in our local community are grieving the loss of a well-loved singer-musician, Arnold A.J. Mullen, who lost his battle with the coronavirus. May he rest in eternal peace.
Yeah, I don't know this guy. Do I, Judy? Not AJ. Only AJ I know is Anthony Smothers. Yeah, Anthony Smothers. Anyway, but God bless the family, and God bless those extended families that are missing this guy. I mean, I'd like to know more about it. I'd like to know if there was some pre-existing condition, because these are the things that we have to look at when we start talking about the coronavirus. There's so many arguments. There's so many things that we got to look at with corona. I mean, I just read a good thing from my brother George that he posted about the mask and their effectiveness or not, or lack thereof, or how oftentimes, because I mean, I can't even imagine. I told you yesterday, and I'm going to say it again because there's still a picture in my brain, because it's so weird that I was going out to Siesta Key, and I was on over the bridge, and there's a dude riding one of those bikes where you lay down, which I don't understand in the first place. And he's going up the hill over the bridge, and he's got a mask on. And you got to know that the carbon and whatever else that is supposed to be, it was supposed to be expelled, is get trapped right there in the mask. And so I'm expecting him, I swear to God, I said, Lord, don't let him run out in traffic. And I'm expecting him to, hyperventilate and lay his ass down in the middle of the road. And then you got people who ride in their cars where there's not lack of ventilation in the first place, and they're wearing a mask in the car and they're by themselves.
Speaking of masks, so when I went to go get my shot, they wouldn't see me unless I had a mask on. Stopped by 4 places to buy a mask. I had to order a case off Amazon. It'll be here by Friday. But so the girl goes, "Oh, we have all the ones that have the pull-up ones." She goes, "I have these red ones." I'm looking at them. I'm like, that's hot pink.
She was trying to send you out there.
So I'm like, "You got no other colors?" Lady's like, no, just the red. And I'm like, so.
See, she missed that kindergarten class.
Yeah, so I now have a hot pink pull-up
Nice.
mask thing.
Useless. Anyway.
It goes with your heels, T.
Yeah. You know why the N95 mask is got a point on it? Because it's designed to whatever you excel to point it in a direction, and you're supposed to wear it in a room that's contaminated already. And so it's just a freaking mess, man. And I'm praying for my addicts that were so excited because they just got to go back to work, and then they go closing the bars again. And here they are now out on the street again, trying to figure out what's next.
Well, one of the bars in Sarasota is supposed to be closed.
I thought it's already mandated.
Well, I don't want to mention any place, but I drove by there, and the parking lot was full.
Well, they must have food.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Because if you're a restaurant, you would never eat there. Okay, please don't mention them then.
Yeah, we were having this debate yesterday on the way home.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, in Florida, you can Google any place and get the health inspection report. Highly recommend you do that before you eat someplace.
Oh, okay. So this guy played with Melanie Mazzell. Hey, Melanie, she's such a great singer. And RJ, I know those people.
Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you decide to enjoy your life.
That's one. Oh, there it is.
Thank you eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, can we leave that one out because this is important, an important one. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you decide to enjoy your life.
Or wait to read the quotes.
Yeah, don't wait to read the quotes to start enjoying your life. Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life. Decide, that word, decide to enjoy. Because you've got to decide to enjoy. You've got to decide to want what the good things that life has for you. You've got to decide to do that. You got to decide to do it. And so here's the thing, guys. Here's my last thing, my last rip. And I know at some points people saying, what has all of this got to do with recovery? Well, it's got everything to do with it, because when you're living in the world, you're part of your surroundings. And so what we're suggesting is that you've got to change those surroundings. You got to change those people. You got to change those things that you do. You got to create some new habits, okay? And so that's what all of this has to do with recovery. We are looking at you to come out of your self-imposed prison and come and make a real difference in the world. That's what we and Barry were talking about earlier, right? We're trying to say that perhaps the addict is going to be the most important person on the planet, understanding that they've already been in the depths of hell, and they already know what that's like, and they already know that they can come out of it. Man, a whole bunch of us need that.
Absolutely.
You know, a whole bunch of us need that. And so my final thing that I was going to say about this whole humanity thing is oh, never slipped my mind. Anyway, can I get another quote? It'll come back to me. Oh, no, let me say this, and before I forget this is more important than what I was getting ready to say. All Faiths Food Bank, guys, go to the website. Judy just posted it, and thank you, Judy, for your posts and so forth as well. I didn't mean to leave you out for all your research and everything that you do. But the All Faiths Food Bank, guys, if you're hungry, the All Faiths Food Bank, go to the website. They got several locations, and you can go, and they give you some nice stuff. Anyway, damn, it came back to me. I lost it again. Somebody help me.
I'll help you.
Okay, I got it. What you got for me? Commercials?
Yeah.
Good. Help me regroup here.
The recovery room is brought to you by.
The recovery room is brought to you by
PureWarriors.com, the website created to connect our brave men and women of the armed forces, first responders, and medical personnel to our community of businesses and services that honored their service. PureWarriors.com, protecting our warriors who protect us.
Hammock Haven. Spice up your next event with the Hammock Haven experience. To find out more, go to thehammockhaven.com or call 941-201-5226. The Hammock Haven.
Hey, yeah. So,
21 Sweet Treats.
thank you
There's
guys.
Anna Maria
Thanks
Island
all
Swedish
of
with
our
a
great
5-star.
friends and sponsors for keeping us alive here. We're here in the beautiful Nico Farmers Market in beautiful Bradenton, Florida. It is going to be the most fantastic open-air market on the Sun Coast. And we get the opportunity to be in here and have our studios here and to be able to do the promotions and so forth. We're going to be doing a grand opening soon, and it's going to be awesome. And tomorrow night is drive-in night, guys. Tomorrow night is drive-in night.
One of the best movies ever.
The Goonies! I meant to put that on the stick. Doggone it. I was like, he had taken a picture of the CD cover as the thing, and I was like, that's classic.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, that would be like the classic. Well, when you get me that new cord that you're supposed to give me, I can just go here and pull it and give it to you. But yeah, it's the Goonies tomorrow night, sunset, when the sun goes down. It's hard to watch a movie when it's light out.
So it's at 9 o'clock.
Usually, get there about 8:30. Get yourself over there before everything closes. 'Cause, you know, there's stores, and you got Chinese, you got Dollar General, you got ice cream.
You got Chinese food, you got Subway.
Yeah, you got Subway. So you got some stuff you can come over here and support your local businesses while you come out and do a Corona-safe event, family fun event. Yeah, and driving is making a big comeback, and that's a good idea. I mean, it's very nostalgic, and so we had the opportunity to put it out front here, and that's a really great thing. And so, again, getting back to AM, FM, they were still all talking about frequencies. Okay, and so if we're not vibrating on the same frequency, we're not communicating. So that's what we got to do. We all got to get on, and I suggest you tune your dial to our station, WLOVE. You We need to tune that station to WLOV, because if we can accept that there's some waves floating around out in the air somewhere right here that allow us to come through to be watching us now, and like in our cars when you got your radio on, that there's a frequency. And if you're trying to listen to 107.5, did I really do that?
Yes, you did.
Yikes. Uh-oh, he's getting ready to try to do triple screens. Go ahead on, triple screen. But if you're listening to 107, if you're trying to listen to 107.5, but you got it on 107.3, the frequency is going to be screwed up. It's going to have static, right?
On either channel.
On either, or both of them, or you can't get either one. Okay, because there's nothing on 107.3. But so then you got that static, right? Just picture that same thing with us as people. This thing right here, it is the largest and most complete. I mean, this thing here is a computer. There's no way that you can replicate it. Okay, and it is the biggest transmitter and receiver on the planet. And so we transmit waves and thoughts. Thoughts are waves. They go out into the world. And if you're projecting hate and anger, then guess what's out in the world? Hate and anger. But if you just tune into WLOVE, what's our call name? It was 89.5.
Actually, WOFM.
WOFM. No, we're gonna change it to WLOVE. That's it. No, but that's what you do when you come to the drive-thru. You just tune your thing into 89.5, and you sit in your car and you listen to the Dolby surround sound you got in there. If you got one of them cars and go boom, 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 you be listening to the Goonies like boom, boom. Turn the bass down a little bit.
And
Are we done?
if you come up on a motorcycle and you don't have a stereo on there, they have a speaker outside to play for you as well.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Bye, peace.
Peace
Recovery
out.
Room signing out. It's not your aptitude, it's your attitude that determines your altitude. Go ahead.
You sailed away and left me with nothing to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not.